Now, the game is looking very normal. No cannons, no forges. Both players going for the gate. Then the core. We'll see the second gate very, very shortly. But it does look like Zest is following Harstem's very, very good advice and putting his second pylon in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and since he's actually going to stick around. No, he's running that across the map for now. So we'll see. It seems like Proxy Robo is becoming more and more popular as these players. They've truly found out how to use those timings, you know, that you can go for the offensive on. And I think it's because expanding quickly has become the standard in the matchup. So if you can really disturb that second nexus, do a bunch of damage, you don't even have to win the game right here and then. Just trade against some of the units of your opponent, just do a bunch of economic damage, and then you can expand yourself from that lead. Wow. Before, it used to be about, you know, being able to do stuff like lockdowns and all that, or Stargate play was always the most popular build order.
I like this from Neeb. He has denied the scout entirely in the main. The probe will get out from Zest, but I'm just curious about what this pylon in the top right is for. It doesn't look like anything's going to be hidden. Do you think this is just another try and throw Neeb off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Neeb scouted across the map. He saw that there was no second pylon there, and he's going to be getting a little bit paranoid, perhaps. Yeah, I really wonder what the plan exactly is for Neeb here. We see a Robo finally going down here. So perhaps that route of going for Blink Stalkers in the first place, then into Disruptors. Having Stalkers with Blink, you can always get on the map, try to be active with it. It's the ultimate mobility tool. But Zest keeps on threatening, and not just threatening, he keeps on going for the shades with Adepts and killing probes left and right.
And this build from Zest almost looks like a PVZ. He's thrown down 6 more gates to go up to 8 gate. He's going to make Immortals and Zealot charge, I believe.
Blink is finished, by the way. So these Stalkers here, if this doesn't shade forward, and he shouldn't, he can just go for the chase now out on the map. And he will with some of his own Stalkers.
Oh no, Neeb looks like he's going to try and take a third base. Zest as well, after going, okay, both players have gone up to 8 gates.
Zest has reacted perfectly to this Blink opener. It's kind of negated any damage he could suffer on his side of the map just by being counter-aggressive. And now he's the one on the move out.
And I think we're in the position where we may even see a repeat of what happened last game. Zest is moving out. He has +2, much quicker than his opponent. Will be done in about 20, maybe 30 seconds.
Oh my god, that's 2 Archons across the map. So the army of Neeb on his side of the map is going to be quite a bit smaller than of Zest.
Zest is going to immediately start taking down this third base. And I like what Neeb is doing. He's got to try and equalize the damage. You can see Zest has lost 10 workers immediately. Neeb and
he's going to base trade.
They are going to base trade, and now this game gets a bit weird, Todd. Okay, so these probes, it would be really nice if a few can get out, and they will. How much money is in the bank for both of these players? A good amount of minerals to start hiding buildings across the map. Will we see a recall from either player?
I don't think so. If somebody would, I think it would be Zest, because he's already done a lot of damage. Jumping on top of these probes right now. The Artosis pylon in the main base will go down. So many of these gateways will be unpowered. And Neeb has 10 walkers against the 41 of Zest. Zest could actually recall now and be in a fantastic spot, but he might just be content killing all of the buildings of Neeb.
And Zest's army supply is significantly higher still. Zest hiding all of these workers can probably throw down a Nexus in one of his hidden locations. He does have the money. He has a lot of money actually to hide buildings. He is tearing apart the base of Neeb.
The +2 of Neeb never completed. And now he loses the Forge, so Zest will have +2 and more army as well. And I think they both will expand
so Neeb
on each other's side of the map.
Yeah.
They're going to trade positions.
Really strange turn of events here in this game. I did think we'd probably see a recall from Zest. I agreed with you. Both players will not be making any more units in this game. You can see the supply blocks. They're a little strong. All of these units are gathered, and it looks like, yep, we're just going to swap places. We're going to play musical chairs, and the game will continue.
Robo going down here from Neeb wants to make sure he has at least an observer here, not to die to Dark Templars. But yeah, Zest, superior army, superior upgrades, and superior economy right now in a really, really good spot in this game.
Zest is forced to remake his cybernetics core now if he wants to continue with the high-tech options. We do have Zest sitting very defensively still. He knows he's going to have that upgrade advantage for a very, very, very long time. Neeb continuing to try and scout, and this game is just very, very... feels like they're walking on cracked ice right now. Neither one of them can afford to make a big mistake. Neither one of them can afford to move out. The middle of the map is lava right now.
The floor is lava.
Yep. That's what you're thinking right now, you can see. Todd looking very relaxed in our casting station.
And I love that this War Prism is kind of keeping Zest back at home for like such a long time. Stargate going down here from Zest and RoboBay on the other side. So Zest definitely an advantage here.
Yeah,
from this, I'm a little bit surprised there were no more hallucinated Phoenixes scouting. It's very important to get the info on what the opponent's doing exactly here.
I think both of them were so gas-starved for so long with so few probes that the few sentries that they have just haven't been able to pump out hallucinations as often. Zest has been making a lot just to keep track of this warp prism. He's not been able to send them away because if he loses vision of the prism, it can really hit anywhere. Neeb on the other side of things finally has expanded. Oh. Wow, so little vision actually for Neeb. He's not been able to get in very deep.
And I think Neeb had 3 sentries. So I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't been scouting more than this. He goes for gravitic drive. Oh, he has 2, yeah.
A lot of, there we go.
He goes for gravitic drive, so those War Prisms are going to be even scarier here in a second. And second Robo and Disruptor production. So he's going to be playing that style of having a big army and Disruptors, which does wipe out ground armies very, very quickly. But on the other side, we had Zest with the Stargate. Does he actually want to go into Phoenixes? I think he's waiting to get a scout off here before he decides.
Zest does get a very good scout. He did make 1 or 2 Phoenixes already, I believe, and he's going to continue that production. Neeblet's Hallucinated Phoenix flies in. It does get a bit more information, but goes down to that cannon. And now we have this soon-to-be very speedy Prism with the Disruptor drops coming in. And this Disruptor can do so much damage. It's actually, oh, doesn't hit anything. Forced to pick up before too much damage is done there. And now he's going to chase down the Prism. This Phoenix can chase for a long time.
Wow, Neeb's going into Colossus.
Wow, that's double Robo Colossus.
He sees that Zest is committing to this ground army without any real anti-Colossus. I mean, Phoenixes are terrible against Colossus. And by the way, because Zest went for the main base of Neeb, the Nexus there is barely any minerals left. No, the main base, yeah. Look at this. I feel like this was almost the wrong base to take. He should have taken the natural. Like, Neeb did this better. He took the base where there was a lot of minerals left, and now again the other one, the natural. So that's definitely something that's going to play in Neeb's favor. He's catching up on the walker count. Damn, what a game. Really, like both of them with incredible crisis management. And now I feel like Neeb, if he can get up to like 4 Colossus with Thermal Lance with this 1 Disruptor, he's going to be in a really good spot to win this game. Fleet Beacon going down now from Zest, so he's ready to fully transition. And Neeb's still getting quite a few Colossus.
Yeah.
His army is actually going to be really scary against a ground army. I wonder if he might be the one attacking eventually. Like, they're both scouting very diligently with the hallucinated Phoenixes. And anytime one of them is going to see something that maybe might get, you know, a little bit over-eager of a confidence or weakness in the transition of the opponent, they might be going for the attack. But these Phoenixes have done such a good job preventing any scout from Neeb on the other side of the map.
And +1 air weapons as well, very, very close. More Archons being added. The longer this goes, Todd, the better I'm liking Zest's positions. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. I think going for Tempest like this... Has Neeb seen the Stargates and Tempest yet? I feel like not. He hasn't really been able to scout. I mean, he knows about the 1 Stargate. That's not that much to tell. He didn't see the other one in the Fleet Beacon. And that's because every single hallucinated Phoenix that he sent across the map was intercepted by the Phoenixes of Zest. So Zest has... somehow, I never thought I'd say this, but he's got a secret tech into Tempest here. And now he's the one moving across the map. And the terrain might play in his favor. If he just stays down there, chips away at this Colossi, kills them all, then it's going to be an easy game for Zest. And I think that's exactly what he's going to look to try and do.
Fantastic revelation. That's so good to give the Tempest the vision they need to start chunking away at these Colossus. And the Archon count, can we take a quick look at it? Because I feel like it's 4 more Archons here.
Neeb has to go for it. If he stays on the high ground, he's dead, so he's going to move down. Zest was ready to take the engagements. He's trying to deal with these Colossi right now. The War Prism dodging some of these shots.
The Colossus are starting to take some damage, but they stand so strong. But there's so many Archons here for Zest. Zest is going to be able to move up the ramp very shortly. No, instead playing a little bit safer. These Colossus getting almost 1 shot. 2 volleys of GG. Zest moves to the round of 8.